Hey, what's up, guys? I was just going to show you I put together a demonstration uh, of like some of the basic ROS uh, features and things like that. We can get like pictures from it or videos or whatever we need for our presentation. And so what it is it's just a basic robot, like an industrial robot, robotic arm. And it's just got a waist that can rotate. It's got two arm links or two arms, and then it's got a wrist that can rotate. And on the very end of it, it has a uh, simulated LiDAR. You can't see it, but it is there. Uh, as far as what we can do with this is we can demonstrate kind of how ROS works visually. So we can start off with something like this where we have just the model right there, and then we can kind of show what ROS looks like running, and then we can from there we can talk about transformations and how they work. So this is our transformation tree, and then we can see that it's visible and you can see that you have the base link down here, and then you have the waist which rotates, and then you have the arm, the first arm, second arm link, the wrist, and finally you have where the LiDAR is placed. And then you can see in this tree kind of how it works. And I'm sure people would ask questions like, what in the world is all this stuff going on down here? But the world link has to be there, a fixed link to the platform body. Otherwise, the robot would just continuously fall in space because there's no collision. And then these are just left over from what we're doing with our Minesweeper robot. And the gazebo requires this link to exist, so that has to be there. And likewise for Mavros, it requires that you specify a IMU link. And that would just be where the Pixhawk is placed on our robot. And then, anyways, you can see the platform body is like the base that doesn't move. And then you have the waist link, arm 1 link, arm 2, the wrist link, and then the LiDAR link. And so this is a good demonstration of how the ROS transformation system works. And then as far as what it can be used for, we have a LiDAR on this robot model. And then we can rotate, or the robot will sweep back and forth because we can control the position of it. But I also have a sweep, so you can just watch it go. And so now we're seeing all this sensor data coming in from the LiDAR. And then we see a lot of stuff that we didn't see before. So this is kind of a demonstration of how this particular view is from the robot's point of view. If we turn the sweep off, you can see that the robot is only aware of that slice at any given time. And but yeah, so you can see that. And there's also a filtered version of the scan, because this version right here is just the it's just the raw data that comes from the sensor. And LiDARs are notorious for a artifact that's called scan shadows, or laser shadows, and it's where these laser beams strike the edge of these pillars or just a sharp point like that, and it will cause these erroneous detections out here. And anyways, there's a filtered version of it right here, which is a lot cleaner. And the way it works is it just rejects points based off of a certain criteria. And you can actually see that if we update it. You can see that the scan raw, this is the raw scan, goes through our laser filter and gives us our filtered scan. And this laser filter is just a some module that just goes with ROS. It's part of the ROS ecosystem. And so that's kind of an example of how we can say that you can easily integrate stuff that ROS has into what you're doing. Let's see here. And then we can also show what it looks like from the other point of view of the simulation. So that was from the robot's point of view. And now we can see it from the and this is like what you would be looking at in real life. So this is what you was actually seeing from the laser scan. You can see that you got these I don't know, like industrial shells. I'm not quite sure what they're called. But this is what was going on in the background. But it's important to not use this for anything besides building the simulation and making sure it's accurate, because you're not gonna have this in the real world. And you can just see that you can move stuff, move the different joints. But yeah, but we can get as many pictures or videos or whatever we need from this little model I got set up, as far as just to explain ROS, the different things that it does. Like this dynamic reconfigure is a big deal. The ability to be able to do this, because there's a lot of algorithms that's just that got like arbitrary tuning values, arbitrary gains and things like that. So this is indispensable. Yeah, it's just some food for thought. But yeah, y'all take it easy.